this one is really good.
It is good.
Especially because it's the Low Carb Cruise and they're making us low carb desserts.
Oh, they're completely catering to us.
Yeah, the food has been wonderful. Almost
Delicious.
too wonderful. The conferences have been good. I'm definitely not seeing them all like I did at KetoCon. I'm being way more relaxed, but I'm at least seeing one every single day that there's a conference. She got to meet Dr. Barry for the first time.
Yeah.
And I got to meet him for the second time, and he actually remembered me, which was cool. But tell your story about meeting the doctor.
Well, I did not come on this cruise with expectations of the conference. I mean, I have April. She tells me all kinds of information for years now. And I have been with April through her 26 years, okay?
Since I was 16.
So
Running around being a hooligan.
Well, we're still hooligan.
Well, less so.
But at the same time, I have been there with April through everything she's ever tried. And as her friend, going like this, in my head, thinking, okay, I can't keep up with this lady with all the different things that she's done and tried, whatever, with diet or lifestyle change. I don't mean to say diet, lifestyle change. So I didn't mind coming on this cruise because I do believe in a keto and carnivore proper diet, a proper human diet. It does make sense. So I am on board with that. And changing my own habits in my life. Yes, because I do want to slim down. That is my number one. I mean, that's what driving me is to slim down.
Same here.
You know, I've allowed myself to just get large, and I don't like it. So with all of that said, I sat in one of the schedule changed.
Yeah,
That's
the
what it
schedule
was.
changed. We went to see someone else, but the schedule had changed, and now he was speaking.
Dr.
Dr.
Ken.
Barry.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, yeah, let's go watch this one. And I was like, yeah, because I thought, she didn't want to. So we watched his talk, and he just did like a Q&A sort of thing with the audience, and it was good as usual. But then as soon as he was done, I was like, go back there. Go to meet him. And we were like, what, the second in line?
No, April, we were the first ones in line, weren't we?
There was a guy in front of us.
Oh, one man. He
Yeah.
must have taken no time then because it was really quick.
It was very quick.
So, we scoot back there to the table, and I couldn't even talk but for me, I am a practicing Christ follower, and I hear the Lord, and the Lord speaks to me, and I speak to him, and I believe in the power of the Holy Spirit, and that is the connection that the Lord connects to our spirit man. And it wasn't because Dr. Ken was Dr. Ken. I don't know him from the next guy. He was just a very down-to-earth man that I was listening to who made complete and total sense with what he said. So I couldn't even talk because I experienced a spiritual moment heavily at that time. Ken Barry just shook my hand, and and he put his hand this is what he did, and said my name, and
He said, your whole life's about to change.
That's
all he said.
Word of knowledge, though.
It was.
If you're a Christ follower, you understand about word of knowledge, then you understand what I'm saying. It was a divine moment. It was for me, and it wasn't just about your life is about to change, you're about to get thin. He didn't say that. I knew what he was saying to me came from another place.
Right.
He might not realize that, but I did, and I'm just crying.
I did too. It was like you got chills.
It was powerful.
A very powerful moment, and I was very happy to be a part of it. Even though I was just a bystander.
But see, that's the thing about being friends for so long, is that we are together often. Although she has a family, her husband is so good. Daniel, shout out to Daniel, because he's so good about allowing her to spend time with me
and go on a cruise
and go on a cruise or go places together. So we see a lot of things. She sees a lot of what happens in my life. My life is exciting. I have an adventurous life. I mean, I guess I'm just going to say, you know, I'm an evangelist. So when I am out and about, I mean, the power of the Lord is on me, and wherever I go, he is with me. He has gone before me. So she has, I'm speaking for you, but you speak for yourself. She has seen the Spirit of the Lord work in just a moment. Many
times. I can go around, I don't speak to a single soul, like, unless they speak to me. I'm friendly if the opportunity arises, but I don't go seeking it out because I'm just an introvert and I'm in my own little world. But when I'm with Dawn, she says hello to everyone, and so there's always opportunities to speak. So I think I've spoken to more strangers on this cruise than I ever have, like, in my life, truly. And it's been very nice, but she has supernatural connections happen all the time. And it's really, really cool. Really cool to see. And so we're going on this low carb cruise, right? And you have a whole bunch of different walks of life, all kinds of different people.
And we've met several different personalities.
Several different walks of life. And then we get randomly selected to sit at the dinner table together because, you know, you get the assigned dinner or whatever. And every single person at our table is a Christian.
Well, we find out slowly, though.
Right. Because you broach it, you know, carefully. You don't want to cause any. First, it was politics. We did politics, night one?
I wasn't a part of that. Listen, we're at a huge round table, okay? Well, we are. And we have 8 of us.
Yeah, 8 of us.
So there's 8 of us at a table. So you have different conversations happening
at the same time.
It's
hard
hardly
to hear.
Yeah, some people are more soft spoken, but you really want to try to get a chance to get to know everyone. But I did notice today that we're all kind of sitting differently.
Yeah.
So we're all sitting by someone different every time, and that's good.
Yeah.
How it's set up. But I would talk to it's kind of like if you ever watched a British show and the Queen is having some type of dinner, or Downton Abbey and they're having like a formal dinner. Well, you talk to the person on your left for this amount of time, and then you stop talking to them, and then you talk to the person on your right for this amount of time. So I was trying to give both parties, to the right and to the left of me, some of my time. And that is how I found out that they were Christ followers as well. So, it's hard to hear, like I said, shouting across the table at people. But you kind of have your own little isolated conversations, and then if somebody can speak loud enough, because the whole restaurant's buzzing with terrible children as well. If you go on a cruise, you better make your children mind. It's just essential. Yeah. So
behave.
But yeah, they better behave. But pow that booty. But we did ultimately. We have found out that everyone at our table is in Christ, and this one couple. This is how I knew that they were, because I hadn't spoken to them. I hadn't sat by them to understand them yet. But was it last night or the night before?
When they prayed?
They prayed. They
prayed like this. Isn't that the cutest thing ever?
It was precious. And I love it. We're the youngest people at the table. These people are all, some of them are over 70 and some of them are approaching 70. We're in our 40s,
mm-hmm.
So
early 40s.
Early 40s, and when I saw them do that, I just said, "Oh my goodness, okay, they're praying." And every night, even Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, is today Wednesday?
Yes.
Ooh, our cruise is getting close to an end. But I have said at the table a blessing to everyone over the food, not like bow your head and right. No, nothing like that. I don't think that you have to pray that way or speak that way, but I just looked at the table, and every evening so far I have said, hey, I would just like to say the Lord bless you all, and may his face shine upon you, and
may this food heal us.
May this food heal us, and heal our bodies. And tonight, boy, the whole table just went amen. But it's not in a silly way. These people, I believe that we being assigned, because it is an assignment from the power of the Lord that put us with these people. We are all like-minded, which is amazing. We're like-minded. Not just in the way that we choose to eat and take care of our bodies moving forward, but in the Lord. And our table is just buzzing, and we're talking, and we're laughing, and we're sharing, and it has been the best all week. If anybody who is sitting at our table sees this, I want to shout out to every person at our table. Beautiful people. I love them. I love them. And it's going to be sad. The last night, it's going to be sad to not see them again, because they all live in different parts of the country. But it's been really good. And not just the people at our table, but pretty much everywhere we've gone, we've, you just start talking to people, and then...
Well, she does.
Well, and you realize people, they're having fun, and they want to talk to you as well, and they want somebody to soundboard and spin off of. And today was a fun day. We met some cool people from Oklahoma, and older crowd as well. But I think that being in our 40s like we are past the immaturity. We still have a good time, and we're silly.
Silly and goofy.
Very silly. And you have to know your audience, of course, but it has been just so delightful, because we're mature as well, but yet still lighthearted, joyful, fun, and looking for a good time always. I am. I mean, I think it helps life go by, because life can be so hard, can't it? And we all experience that. It's hard.
When you're on a cruise, it shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be, but it can.
It can be, but it hasn't been for us, at least this time. So praise the Lord. It has been wonderful. Highly recommend the Low Carb Cruise. Highly recommend. I spoke to Dr. Boz this time. I didn't get to talk to her at KetoCon, and she was so sweet. And she talked to me about the sardine fast, which I'm going to do when I get back. And her new trick. I missed the Q&A with her at the end, but I think they're recording it. So
they record everything, I noticed.
Yeah, I would like to watch all the recaps of all of the speakers. So I saw Dr. Barry, talked to Dr. Boz, talked to Donald Vega, spoke to Kim Howerton again. She's awesome. We met Amanda from Carnivorous Me.
Oh, is that what her channel is? I didn't know.
I believe it's Carnivorous.
All I know is that Amanda used to be larger than she is now. And when we were checking in, we went to this dinner prior to coming to Galveston to get on the ship the night before, the night before we were set to cruise. And so I was looking at her, and I was like, April, or together we were like, we recognized her from YouTube. Because once you start watching keto or carnivore videos, they all start popping up in your feed, and so you click on. And I do love to see people who were like large get small, because that's partly my goal is to slim down. And she has, she has done this proper human diet, and it has really paid off for her. So if she sees this video, shout out to you, Amanda, because you look good, and she's a really nice lady. And her husband, I believe that's her husband. He's a very, very kind. Yeah, kind.
He told
very
her,
nice man.
"You are worth being loved.
I was crying
to be loved." And
that happened tonight.
It was very, very sweet of him, and true, very true words.
Yeah, I don't even know where it came from, though. Where did that come from?
Experience, I think. I think it comes from personal experience.
I don't know him. I don't know him.
Yeah, we don't know them, but
I just stopped off because they were sitting there, and I just wanted to say hello, because we had met them a few days ago, and I just wanted to say hello to them. And this is what I get. I get this very kind couple, and told that I deserve love.
Yeah, that's one thing about these conferences with carnivore, keto, and everything. It's a community.
It is.
We're all trying to better ourselves. We're all very supportive of each other.
Yes.
Not a single person has been like,
like,
ew. Yeah, like, oh,
Ew.
you haven't made it yet.
No.
Or, are you eating a dessert?
No, yeah.
I have eaten the low carb dessert every single night. Sometimes I've had 2 because
they're delicious.
This is my vacation, and I've been so strict for a year and a half. I'm letting loose just a little bit. I'm not. I can move. I'm not all crippled, which is great because I know my boundaries now and I'm sticking to them. But I'm. It's very wonderful that I can have some Lily's chocolate and some no sugar. What was that? Cappuccino?
It was some type of cappuccino.
Custard.
Was it a custard? Oh, you're talking about a dinner tonight?
No, at lunch.
At lunch, I felt like it was more of like a. I mean, and
like
I'm just saying, it was like a mousse.
Like
it was
a
very
mousse.
lightly whipped. But
Very good.
we had just gotten off of the. We have just
Excursion.
gotten off the excursion back onto the ship, and I was parched. I needed water, and I needed water quick. I'm double fisting. I had a unsweetened tea in one hand and a water in the other, and I'm just switching. But I was just so thirsty, so I needed to get it in me. And we got these burger patties for the first time since
Yeah,
we
we
went on
tried
the
the
cruise.
burger patties because Lily
They were
Kane
really good.
highly recommended them, and I mean they're good. They're
They were
burger patties.
They're burger patties, but
Yeah.
I think I was craving a burger. That's why
Yeah,
it was so good to me.
right.
It tasted good. I haven't had a burger in days, and I make burgers at home all the time. Yeah. So and I wasn't really that hungry, but I knew I needed to eat something, and the burger patty was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And what were we? Oh, so we're walking by. We're finished. We're leaving, and so you have to. I hadn't seen desserts pretty much the whole time. I've never gone to this side of the Windstar.
Windjammer.
I keep saying Windstar. I don't know why. The Windjammer is the name of the buffet area. And so we're cruising by the desserts, and you're just looking, and until your mind has changed, you're like thinking, oh, I just want everything. You see all these other people, and they're just piling their plates full of all these desserts, but we're not. And I wasn't even tempted though to take one. I was just looking because they're pretty to look at. The crew,
beautiful.
the chefs, everybody on here works their off. And it's worth just looking at their beautiful prepped food, and at least acknowledging the work that they've put into it. So we're walking by the desserts, we're looking at it, and then she sees this. I don't have my glasses on. She sees this low carb little sign, and I'm like, yeah, sure. And it was delicious. So it was, I think, very courteous of the Royal Caribbean. Shout out to them because they had a low carb dessert for what I guess might have been the first time. I mean, we haven't checked the desserts though, so maybe it was on there yesterday, but it was good. And then tonight, our server, the first 2 nights he had brought, when he would bring me like the steak or whatever I ordered, the meat, he would still have the mashed, it's a small portion. The mashed potato is like small, the little dollop of potato and some carrot coins, like 3 or 2, really. It's a small portion of whatever you get. But the last 2 nights, he has not put anything, and I haven't asked him to do that. I'm not asking for any
Special stuff.
nothing special. He can bring it the way he wants to, and if I want to eat it, I will, and if I don't, big D. But for the last 2 or 3 nights, actually, he has not brought. He's only brought the meat.
Yeah, because our whole
And I
table
never
basically
said that.
orders naked proteins. Like,
Yes.
we just want the fish and the New York strip with nothing on it but butter. And they bring it to us,
Very
no
accommodating.
problem. They stopped bringing the bread because we all felt guilty because none of us are touching it, We found out that they grind all the extra food up and then they feed it to the fish once we get out, far
6
enough.
nautical miles.
Yeah, 6 nautical
What we
miles from
learned.
shore, and then they release that to the fish. So it's not actually going to waste necessarily, but still, we don't need the bread. The only time we're going to get bread is tomorrow morning. We're going to grab some so we can feed the fish in Costa Maya. And hopefully we'll have access to the fish to be able to throw some and see them. We saw stingrays
Yes.
on the ship. She spotted them.
Yep, we were on 15 or 16.
The top.
We were at the top. And we're looking down. When you're looking down, of course, the sun is shining so you can see the bottom of the sea at port. It's very
pretty shallow there, yeah.
But I'm looking, and I'm hyperopic, so I have a problem with seeing anything from arm's length to here. But down, I'm looking around, and I said, April, look, stingrays. There were 3 stingrays just swimming like this together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were all
like in a line.
It was like a little family. She said, "Oh, a stingray family," and it was like a little stingray. It was really interesting to see. You don't see that every day. Very beautiful. And then after that, we got ready to go to dinner. Now, I will say this. The dinner was really delish. However, their low-carb dessert gave me the scoots. Not very long after we had eaten, by the way. And I was like, oh, gosh. So...
Splenda.
I guess it was.
Splenda.
Something in it.
That's what they use for the sugar-free stuff.
That did not happen to me with the blueberry cheesecake.
Yeah, it didn't happen to me with the cheesecake either. The first chocolate custard tore me up, but probably because I just wasn't used to it. That was the first night.
But I wonder, though, at the same time, because we did have the low-carb dessert at lunch and then at dinner. I wonder if the two together. Perhaps. You just got to be careful with that, I've noticed, because you don't want to, have that problem.
But one of the mornings, I've still been taking my glucose and ketones every day, and I'm trying so hard to record everything that I eat, but...
She really is.
Sometimes I look down, I'm like, I didn't take a picture of that, and it's empty. So some of the pictures are going to be empty dishes, and I'll just have to explain what was on them. Oh, the glucose. So
yes,
my ketones one morning, it was like 1, and 0.5 is the start of ketosis. It was 1. So I was very happy about that. And then we went on the galley tour, and I drank like 5 glasses of champagne.
No, more.
And the next... it was 5 or 6. I have pictures of each glass. I dutifully recorded. I'm recording everything I eat or drink, except like tea and water. I'm not taking pictures of all of that. But anything that's not tea or water, I'm taking pictures of. And my ketones were good. Yesterday they weren't, or this morning they weren't, because it's the day after the galley tour. But
was that yesterday?
It'll probably be better.
That was yesterday?
Mm-hmm. It was yesterday.
When you're on a cruise, your days, they kind of run together.
But the galley tour, highly recommend.
Yes.
It's like $50. Totally worth it.
But it's $50, and you get a tour of the kitchen, of a few floors. They explain it all out, and they explain like the food and how they recycle. They have such a system. It's a great system. It's amazing. And so they take us through, and all the food is smelling delicious. I did not realize that they were serving us brunch at the end of it. So we go, and we're sitting down. Oh, yeah, the guy, when we come in, they have champagne or a mimosa, whatever. I had a mimosa first, I think, because that's what I was handed. So we go, and he's like, come sit down at this table. And so April and I go sit down. We have to sign this waiver, I don't know. And so I drank the mimosa down. And then they're bringing just champagne over. So we got some champagne, and then another champagne. And I haven't had alcohol in a very long time. I can't even tell you, because I don't consume alcohol. And so he's telling us it's time to go. We just got our glass of champagne. And so there's some people sitting by us from Arkansas over here. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And, he's like, it's okay. There's more at the end. But I'm like, tipping it back really quickly. And I said, oh my goodness, I'm going to, have like,
fall into a vat of soup.
I'm just like, whoa, before the tour even begins. And the lady from Arkansas was like, you're telling me, and so we were all laughing because it's true. So we have this brunch, delicious brunch, and it's just unlimited drinks.
So, and if you're going to buy a glass of champagne on the cruise, it's like $9.
Very expensive.
So I had, $60 worth of booze.
Jeez.
And I wasn't charged gratuity on every single glass either, because they do that.
Right.
But yeah, it's been
great
good.
Experience.
Finding some good hacks, learning some things. Like the refrigerator in your room is not a refrigerator. It's
No.
barely even a cooler. Like, it doesn't cool anything. We had to throw out an entire container of heavy
It's
cream.
$5 for that.
Yeah, $5. We threw it away.
For that heavy whipping cream.
But we got a cooler because I asked for a Sharps container, and they gave us a special needs cooler. So that actually keeps it at temperature. So we're able to keep at least one thing of our heavy cream.
And then we have an amazing housekeeper.
Oh, yes.
She's a delight. And she has been making sure that we've got 1, 2, 3 bucketfuls of ice daily now. She's just, let me say this. If you decide to take a cruise, treat the staff with respect.
Yes,
they
kindness.
work hard.
Very hard. Every
And
day
kindness.
for 7 months straight.
Just tell everybody hello because they are speaking to you.
Yeah.
When they pass you, they say, hello, madame, or how are you? How was your day? You know, yada, yada, yada. People just walk right by them.
Yeah.
Not me. I acknowledge people because they are people. They have a spirit, man. They have a heart. They have a soul. And we all need to be fed.
Yeah.
Both, spiritually and,
And just treated like a human being. You know, if someone says hello to you,
completely.
acknowledge that. You don't have to start up a whole conversation. Just hello as you walk past,
Have a great day, and they're smiling, and they, that uplifts them because the last person was, treating them like, or totally ignored them. But our housekeeper, she sees that she's telling us her life story about different things, and we're just rejoicing with her because she's joyful about something, and the word says, rejoice with those who are rejoicing, and, weep with those who are, mourn with those who are in mourning. So, this is life. This is how you have to do things, in my opinion. Anyway,
I agree with you.
it's my opinion.
Based on this piece of paper here, we saw Blue Planet. And I will read to you the description. Nadia loves the planet Earth, and so do we at Royal Caribbean International. Using our awesome theatrical technology and featuring one of the most talented casts of performers and artists that we have ever assembled, they were talented.
Very.
Join her as she journeys from the peaks of the mountaintops to the depths of the ocean on her mission to share her passion. Take a global adventure without leaving your seat and be prepared to be awed by soaring vocals, powerful music, amazing acrobatics, and future-forward choreography. Welcome to Blue Planet. Home. And what it was Nadia is blue-haired, and she is sitting there scrolling through her phone with natural disaster scenes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I knew it. I knew this was going to be leftist environmental propaganda.
Not just natural disaster scenes, but
plastic bottles rolling in the ocean and
burning trash.
Yes, burning
smoke
trash
in the
and
sky.
all of that, and then the witch of the sea rises up from the depths of the ocean, and she had a beautiful voice. She sings her song, couldn't understand a word she was saying.
No.
And then people are dancing around, and then at one point, Sir Topham Hatt from Hell comes up, and he's all
Fire everywhere.
yelling at her about something. Didn't understand what he was saying. And then they have this Arabic scene, and all these belly dancers come out, and they're doing their thing, and then they start singing about girls run the world, girls run the mother effing world, and the people next to us with children got up and left because we were all like, what? And then Nature Witch comes out, and she's all singing about love, and there's couples, and they're all fake making out on stage, and then they switch, so now they're girl, girl, boy, boy, and then they switch back, and it was just bizarre.
I'm doing this.
I'm doing this.
But I'm also crying from laughing so hard.
Oh my gosh.
We were the only people laughing.
Well, that we
I
could hear.
Tears in my eyes.
Oh my gosh. So it was hilarious. If you don't take it seriously, it's very hilarious. But oh my gosh. And then at the end, so like, I guess it was so artsy. I can't even tell you what it was about. It was just about this girl who goes to the ocean, and then she goes to the mountain peaks where people are jumping on a trampoline, which looked fun. And they're singing stuff like modern songs with spins on them. Where else? Then she went down to hell, or the fire, or whatever. And then the forest with the nature witch. And then...
Okay, but wait. One cool thing I will say about the forest is when there's this tree, which, I mean, probably represented like the tree of life, you know, in Mother Nature. But at one part, we did not know this, but people were the limbs.
People were hidden in the tree as the limbs.
And they came down, which, in an artistic point of view, I thought that was pretty cool because I had no idea that those were people.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah, they came out after the making out people switched sides and then switched back again to save our planet. It was essentially, you're wrecking the planet, time's running out. How many times did they say, time is short, time is running out, we've got to change, we've got to do everything.
But that's true. We do agree that time is running out.
From a different perspective.
Completely.
What about us? What about us? But these characters, oh my gosh.
Well, the lady in the... Okay, so there's this woman, and she's in this yellow dress, and I was wondering, did she represent sun worship in a way? Because she was yellow, you know, she had these sexy slits, and then in the Arabic scene, which did throw me off, because it's a Caucasian male, and he is wearing MC Hammer pants. They are balloon...
like a
parachute
jacket.
pants. They... came onto the stage. I'm confused, and I'm thinking, obviously you have to infer that they all represent some type of element or something to have to do with the earth, or the world, and but this man is so out of place, in my opinion. I cannot put my finger on what's he doing there, and his costume was just, it was just bizarre. So whenever that scene came up is when the belly dancers came out, and here he is with his little weird hat and his parachute pants, and it was so over sexualized.
Yeah, it really was
over the top. It was too much. And then the woman with the yellow dress, you know, she's coming out, she's very beautiful and just doing her thing, but then they start going into some song, and I'm not very keen on new music, so I don't really know if this is a song out there, but who's gonna run the world? Girls.
Who runs the world?
Girls.
Girls run the world.
Girls run the world, over and over. And I'm just looking at April,
in an Arabic background.
Right. They're coming down the aisle, and I'm watching, but I'm sitting this way, so I'm not really looking to my right. I'm more looking to my left, and I see this male figure who is cloaked with a hood on. I mean, April, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I did. I thought he was going to eat the people in the audience, because he was like,
yeah, they were coming out all spooky,
very, very intense.
Yeah.
And so, of course, my eye goes to that, because I'm thinking, okay, let me watch him. And then he gets on stage, and he's the one standing like this, all, you know, superior. And I thought that was odd. Just the whole, it was almost ceremonial. Odd. It was strange.
And then they had like Boy George and future Elton John.
Or David Bowie. He was some type of star man. I don't even know.
It was
very weird. Because it was like 80s, but
it was really weird. Hilarious, but weird.
To us.
Do not recommend, though.
Never.
Certainly not for children.
No, not with that song.
If you care about your children. It was just indoctrination.
Yes.
It was thinly veiled, artsy-fartsy indoctrination. Beautiful songs.
Beautiful costumes.
Beautiful costumes, beautiful dancers,
completely
beautiful people.
Talented people.
Ugly, stupid message that we did not get down with.
Ew.
Ugh. So
message.
I wouldn't waste your time with that. I would definitely see the Aqua show. Aqua show was amazing.
Do you see my face? The Aqua show is hot. It's just hot. It's beautiful. And if you want to see true beauty, go to the aqua show.
Go to the aqua show.
That is some talent.
And
right
that
there.
was acrobatics.
Very skilled, very intriguing. You could not look. Did I say that right? You could not look. You had to watch.
You had to watch, yeah.
Because at any moment, it was almost like they're going to split their head open on the stage. The other thing about the aqua show is that there's this stage. I know we're not really talking about the aqua show, but I'm just going to throw it in there because I was so captivated by the aqua show. But the stage flips from a stage to a trampoline. And then the stage rises up, and then they can dance on the water in the on the stage, but then it'll go down back into the setting, and then it's water again where they can dive into it. And I was saying to April, on a kind of a serious note, that look at these talented people putting their faith in the fact that stage is going to flip on time every time, that the water will be deep enough that they are high diving. It's not 20 feet. This is I don't even know how many feet, but it is
very high.
Very, very high. Very amazing what they did with just within inches of their heads at the edge.
Smacking the edge.
But if that stage had just malfunctioned
if someone wasn't paying attention and missed their cue, it could be a disaster. Oh, but back to the weird blue planet thing. Remember when she got the jacket? So she goes through all of these environments, and then someone comes out and gives her a jacket, and all of a sudden she's Captain Planet.
She got the Earth on the back of the jacket.
She had the Earth on the back of the jacket.
I busted out laughing.
Then she starts singing about, what about the children? Or have you ever thought about the children dead from war?
What about the children who are aborted?
Right, the children who are aborted, all sorts of things.
I think about them.
It was very bizarre and funny.
Again, to us, it was hilarious. I was scanning the crowd. Because I'm scanning the crowd. I'm kind of looking around. My hair was up and all cute. I had to take it down. I had to do something I had to do something because I was just so stirred, and I could not stop laughing.
Oh my gosh.
Dead quiet, and I'm going, couldn't help myself. Funny.
Help it.
People behind us were laughing at us laughing.
Like,
I'm crying.
What the crap have we gotten ourselves into?
I said, what is this?
What even is
Oh,
this?
and then after one scene, I said, that was weird. Totally quiet. This is
the desert scene. It was the desert scene. You're
that,
like, that was
weird.
And then on the way out, we were like, that was bizarre. And this other lady was like, wasn't it? What was that? What were they trying to say?
Well, I told the lady, it's just pagan occult worship.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very pagan. Very weird.
Waste of time. However, I'm glad we saw it so we could tell you about it.
Yeah.
If you do ever come on this cruise or any other cruise, and that's the show, Blue Planet.
Don't waste your time.
No, stay out on the balcony, look at the stars.
Yeah. Or go watch the Aqua show.
Oh, I'll
or the comedy,
always
I
say
guess.
go watch the Aqua show.
But what about the rest of the cruise in general?
It's been amazing. I completely recommend a cruise for anyone who truly would like to get away to unplug from technology. I know that I have not used technology since we've been on the ship.
Yeah.
I do miss my little niece and my brother and my parents, but other than that, I would love to cruise forever. It's really comfortable and it's peaceful, but it's fun. The energy is so, it's electric.
Yeah.
There's a lot of energy, and everyone that we have met so far has been cool and friendly, except today. Well, I don't want to say except today, but today we went to Honduras. Can I talk about that?
Sure.
So we go to Honduras, and we're all jazzed up. We're going to hit this private beach. But on the way to the private beach
is real Honduras.
All you see is the poverty of the country. And we're cruising down to this beach, looking around our surroundings with trash, litter, very, very skinny animals, children. It's poverty stricken. It's a poverty stricken country, beautiful country. But when you see with your own too, what's going on around you, and then they take you to this beach, right, where everybody's having fun, drinking it up, music's playing, dancing is happening, and then you get back on the shuttle to come back to the ship, and then you see it again. And my personal feeling on this is that it hurt my heart.
Yeah. But we did buy stuff, so we poured into their economy, which is, at least helping them in some small
way. But it hurt me. It hurt me because a while back I did visit another country where I saw extreme poverty, and you come back changed when you have been living in a situation where the children are just so poor. Their homes are just scrap built together, and that's where they live. So I told April when we got off the bus, I started to cry. Well, we're walking up to scan our cards to get back on the ship, and I was like, look at us going on to this amazing cruise with our amazing food and our air-conditioned cabin, and we can have changes of clothing and glasses and whatever. But it just broke my heart, and I thought about what I'd done in the past with some mission work in another country with other children, and I had a hard time with that. So we get on the elevator, and we're coming up the elevator, and on a cruise there is a sense of community. You might have different you do have different personalities, and there's all type of different walks on here. Just a couple doors down, we've got some swingers.
They had the upside down pineapple. I was like, oh, I found some perverts.
Their symbol is, there's the world symbols. Watch for symbols.
Yeah.
You will see symbolism everywhere, and you will be able to identify it as you mature and as you grow in your mind. Exercise your mind. You will know these things when you see them. You will be able to spot them. Other people say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. So we're on the elevator coming up, and I just said, God bless America. And I was just telling the people in the elevator with us, we are a blessed people. And this man says,
about what?
In what way?
Yeah, in what way? What are you talking about?
You have to check your face, because he really may not understand, or even, I don't know.
He might not have gotten off the boat, so he might not have seen what we saw.
Or he's entitled and just doesn't
care and didn't notice.
Or he has blinders on. But, I said to him gently, but, fiercely at the same time. I don't know. I was just like, the poverty. Fierce. Yeah, gently fierce. The poverty of the country, to see what is really happening. It's not, it's so weird that this is a destination. Is what I'm trying to get at it.
Cruises go to Haiti too, which is like Roatan, but more dangerous. It's just abject poverty and sadness, but also resorts where
so weird.
Privileged Americans and people from all over the world go to vacation.
Yes,
and enjoy themselves while they make, the money you buy on bracelets made of shells.
So if you do go on a cruise and you do take excursions, do look around you, and then think about how you truly are a blessed person.
And spend some money on the local
yes,
stuff.
Do.
We didn't do that on our first cruise because we didn't know.
I didn't know.
We didn't even bring money for the ports like that. That wasn't something we were going to do. So I'm just buying souvenirs for my family. Can't wait to bring my family on a cruise. But I think we're going to call it a night because I keep yawning.
She does. She goes to bed early. I'm ready to go out and party.
Even on a cruise, I'm like, 10 o'clock, man, my eyes are shutting. I just can't. I can't not do it. And I've been waking up at 6 a.m. every day as well.
Oh, and we've been exercising.
Yes.
Oh, we did a 5K.
Yes.
We got to talk about that. did the 5K, which is 7.5 times around on this track. My feet were swollen and hurting really badly because we went with no shoes. And which
I don't think that's why.
That's not why.
But it was awesome to go with no shoes. I saw a guy running around barefoot, and I was like,
he's on our
taking
cruise.
my shoes off. Yeah, he's in the low carb cruise. So I took my shoes off and started running around. I could run so fast. It was fantastic. It was
really
like,
nice.
oh my gosh, because there's no obstructions. Like on my road, it's all rocks.
Yeah, and it's kind of springy in a way.
Yeah, it is. It's like track,
nice.
you know, the bouncy material. I flippin' loved it. I'll probably run on it again before we leave.
I might not run, but I will walk it. It's beautiful to walk it in the morning, but they have a really nice gym set up as well.
Center. And the thermal suite. We both got the thermal suite, which has like 2 different kinds of steam rooms, a hot sauna, these heated chairs. So you get to lay on them like a lizard.
But they're contoured, so
they're very lovely to lay on, very comfortable. And then they have these rainforest showers that just like whoosh
so
over
nice.
you. And then a locker room with bigger showers than what's in your stateroom, and you know, a place to get ready and everything. It's just really, really cool. And it was only for her, it was $112 for the week. I actually paid more
because I did it on
for the cruise.
After I saw what April was going, because they took her on a tour. They weren't really interested in me. I was just the tag along. And that's true. You know it is because they were more focused on her. She had paid for it. However, after I saw what was happening, you know, I was like, you know what? I really want to do this for the relaxation and that shower.
Yeah.
You know, I never have a shower like that. And it was really nice. But I will say this. The hair dryer in the women's changing room is like this. I was like, oh my goo. I just hung it back up after like 15 seconds.
I brought my good hair dryer.
Stupid.
All right. Until next time, stay beautiful, friends.
Yeah, stay beautiful. Be beautiful.
Be beautiful.
Make somebody's day.
Yes.
So hey, here's another video you might enjoy. And please don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, stay beautiful, friends.